death battle is sponsored by Brandon Yates. That's
So,
right, our
yeah.
Brandon Yates.
Since I'm reacting to this thing on YouTube,
Chosen Undead.
Let me guess, ad blocker couldn't work on roosterteeth.com again?
no. No matter what I tried.
Dragon-slaying savior of Skyrim.
Good.
Resigned to captivity, these two demi-human heroes embrace their destinies.
So, if you get a little delay on your end, that's because I'm reacting to this as it's going live.
Souls.
Because these two lack specific canon arsenals and movesets due
yeah.
to being role-playing
I kind of wish they never had to make
battle, we're giving them everything
Rooster
they have
Teeth
and
reactions
maxing
so
out
fucking
all of
difficult.
their stats.
Which is
Can you go back to the beginning?
I'll rewind it to the beginning at least. I just gotta find the beginning. That way. Okay, not there. Not there. Okay, that I
Wait, did that show Brandon Yates?
Yes. Apparently the sponsor is Brandon Yates, apparently.
That's cool.
Okay, that's...
Get this. I actually heard that the battle score in this fight...
Oh yeah,
I actually heard that...
I heard it too. The track for this fight, before we get started, is
was for a fan core.
It's called Fireborn.
Clever. I'll give them that. And you won't believe this, but the people singing it is actually a fan core. Yeah.
They didn't go with, oh, we're just gonna make a battle track. No, they went all out and even made an acapella for the damn thing on Brandon Yates' official channel.
Yeah. It's honestly amazing.
So yeah, today, for those who are wondering why this reaction's a little weirder than usual, it's because, like I said, Rooster Teeth's being dumb with the ads and nothing I can do about that, so I'm reacting to it through YouTube. So, yeah, and today we're going to be reacting to Skyrim vs. Dark Souls, the Chosen Undead.
Hey, Dragonborn versus Chosen Undead. They could have at least just said Dragonborn versus Chosen Undead and then put the game's titles into parentheses. It's not that hard. They've been doing it for years, and yet they decided to do a 180 on it.
Hey, they expect the unexpected, as they say. But yeah. So let's see what this thing has to offer.
By Brandon Yates. That's right, our Brandon Yates.
I guess that's one way to mention a sponsor.
Yeah.
The Chosen Undead. The accursed
man.
From Dark Souls.
The last Dragonborn, the dragon-slaying savior of Skyrim.
Resigned to captivity, these two demi-human heroes...
Make sure my volume's up on your end.
...down the very gods themselves.
And devoured their friggin' souls!
Because these two lack specific canon arsenals and movesets due to being role-playing protagonists. For this death battle, we're giving them everything they have and maxing out all of their stats.
Which is totally possible in-game if you're willing to grind.
Yeah.
Wiz and I'm
both games.
It's our job to analyze their
At least they're going the max stat route. It makes sense.
Yep.
Our story
Oh man, the audio delay is so bad on my end.
of old have collapsed. The heroes are dead or mad, and the golden age is over. Looking out upon their decaying kingdom, everyone would like nothing more than to lay down and die.
Too bad for them. That's the one thing they couldn't do.
The world has been gripped by the undead curse.
Let me get my drink from my
mysterious dark sign into mindless, violent hollows upon repeated soul-crushing deaths.
But there is a prophecy of a chosen undead who will journey to Lordran.
If you're wondering what that sound was, that was me taking some boxes by accident.
Rotting away in an asylum, all it took was an assist from an unlucky knight and
furtive pygmy descendant, ageless, height, weight, gender variable. Okay, that makes sense. I mean, in Dark Souls, it's technically up to the player.
Yeah, player dependent.
Prisoner of the Northern Asylum, merged into the soul of Cinder. Likes Tarkus, Sagmire, and Priscilla. Dislikes Patches, Basilisk, and easy mode. God damn it! What?
Oh, they make fun of players for complaining about one easy mode in Dark Souls. Oh man, I'm playing Dark Souls. I'm playing Dark Souls, and I managed to get through 3 bosses. 2 I managed to use Blackfire bombs on, and 1 with the help of the Knight Solera as a summon.
I have yet to play the first Dark Souls, but I'm gonna probably play it modded at some point.
A giant raven before one unlikely hero was ready to claw their way through their progenitor's forgotten homeland.
And it helps that as long as they keep their sense of purpose, an undead will...
What?
Who's Patches? Wait, is he the guy from...
Patches. Oh, as in... game patches. Very, very clever.
Homeland.
Wait a minute.
As long as they can keep their sense of purpose, an undead will...
I thought they were talking about the character from Elden Ring.
Now they might slowly lose their memories, their personality, and their sanity, but the curse gives them as much time as they need to get good.
Undead are unnaturally resilient, able to survive being impaled through the chest. They've been chewed, eaten, and digested by...
resurrection, immortality, soul absorption, superhuman survivability, miracles, sorceries, pyromancies, time and dimensional travel, resistance to poison, curse, acid, and holy magic.
What I can only describe as a toilet.
Why'd they put a comma between holy and magic?
Their souls torn from their very body, because undead humans don't need their souls to survive.
Undead lose their souls in humanity every time they die without immediate consequence. Their hollow state is likely a reversion to the pre-flame life form seen in the intro.
Okay.
I can relate to this because I've been dying numerous times in Dark Souls Remastered.
I've played many Dark Souls a time. I know what that feeling is like.
And speaking of souls, they can absorb the souls of their fallen enemies to increase their power.
They're a master with swords, hammers, spears, axes, bows, you name it. And that's without any formal training. With the right stats and setup, they can...
In our prediction, we did state that the characters have a wide varied arsenal of the player's choice.
Yeah, and since they're going max stats, they're going by all the weapons.
I've seen the sneak peek, and I saw these chosen undead use Smog's hammer.
Smog's hammer? Yeah, that makes sense. Boss soul weapons, shield, Estus flask, humanity, dark sign, green blossom, dragon head, and torso stones. Don't know if they're going to be using that form in the fight.
A silver pendant and rings.
All immortality has some kind of workaround. Some will call this poison, dead plus complete. I'm looking at what the chat is saying. Anyways.
Ginormous mallet the size of a sedan.
Based on its size and likely bronze composition, it'd have to weigh over 100 tons. A lot like Goff's great bow, which can shoot pillar-sized arrows and one-shot dragons out of the sky.
Or my favorite, the Moonlight Greatsword, produced from the ass of the...
Oh, the most iconic weapon of all Dark Souls.
Correction, most iconic weapon of all of FromSoft.
It can fire powerful sword beams in just...
It's been in Bloodborne, it's been in Elden Ring, it's been in various Armored Cores.
They can create shockwaves, form defensive
There's also that one forgotten FromSoft game that nobody remembers, but I forgot its title. It was something about a ninja that took place in modern day.
So their pool of magic is pretty limited. So if it
Ignore
comes down to
the
it, they can
pop-up
shut
that I
off
had.
all magic in the vicinity.
Okay then.
Miracle,
There was also this one FromSoft game that that they made that the Moonlight Greatsword was in. I forgot its name, but it was taking place in a city with a ninja.
So, immortality, what's Chosen Undead's? The Chosen Undead's immortality is basically the human soul, I think. And if I remember correctly, the fire resurrects him.
Yeah, there's the Wrath of the Gods, Great Magic Barrier, Bountiful Sunlight, Homing Crystal, Soul Mass, White Dragon Breath, Dark Orb, Chaos Storm, Iron Flesh, and Power Within, and many more. Like we said, the arsenal for the Chosen Undead as well as the Dragonborn has an arsenal varied to many weapons as well as magic, because we don't know what their canon arsenal is at all. So it's basically their wide variety of arsenals that's canon.
This incredible arsenal and judicious attention paid to the stamina bar, the Chosen Undead was rolling their way to victory.
A roll so
Rolling
powerful,
to
it
their way
bends
to
the laws of space.
Okay.
And walks them through attacks.
They're showing a con. They're showing a convention.
That's just a game mechanic, but great to use when you're panicking.
They've defeated
Okay,
Neo, the
that's
god of
really
death,
creative
the man of
there.
chaos, the mother of all demonkind, and Calamite, the strongest
Calamite,
surviving
please!
That was when the chosen undead was dragged back in time to face the fallen knight Artorias.
I've watched
the
too much
greatest
Tier
warrior in
Grace
history.
and his
not
Dark
only
Souls
defeat him, but accomplish the
playthroughs,
greatest
including
feat
a
attributed to
randomizer
Artorias'
run.
legend, the destruction of
You think he's going to use the Sword of Artorias?
that threatened to consume the world.
They've
No.
even beaten other chosen undead from
In Dark
alternate
Souls 3,
worlds,
the Abyss has
like
begun to
the
consume the sun in the untended graves, where the flame has fully
Hang on, I was adjusting it for you.
fully gone out. The sky is completely black. No sun or stars left shining. People always talk about Dark Souls 1 and 3, but why don't they talk about Dark Souls 2?
I think Dark Souls 2 is like the weakest entry, from what I understand.
And soon they were approached by these two slithery freaks. One said to link the fire, and the other said to let it die out, which totally makes sense. Wiz can explain it.
Don't look at me. Dark Souls lore is as notoriously convoluted as the flow of its time stream, which is why we have a true expert in the realms of nerdom to explain it for us. Oh, Jocelyn.
You wouldn't believe how many item descriptions, forum posts, and moody
Okay,
2013
so
lore videos I had
return
to
of,
watch through for this.
an extra
It's story
helper.
time, kids. In the beginning, the world was unformed and static. Then suddenly, the first flame burst to life, and with it, the concepts of heat and cold, life and death, energy and time, light and dark.
Repair states light is time, and the spell relies on the use of light to reverse an object's time. Employing the first flame controls time, consistent with alternate timelines merging due to the flames fading. Can you elaborate on what it meant?
Not sure. I'm reading chat as well. Works as good as in hell in Kingdom Hearts 1. Cerberus can be damaged? Okay, that I think they meant damaged. I'll let that slide.
Sounds like a mythological
Right.
Big Bang.
The gods were granted immensely powerful souls from the first flame, but their greatest fear was the soul possessed collectively by the race known as humanity, the Dark Soul. The Skyfather Gwyn feared humanity.
She said Dark Soul.
And so sealed their dark souls within them. But as humanity reproduced, the Dark Soul collectively grew and the first flame waned. Turns out humans were naturally undying, or according to the gods' propaganda, undead.
Gasp! It's all a conspiracy. The undead curse was a lie!
Linking the fire means using your very soul as fuel to keep the first flame
That is a
burning.
clip from the fight.
If an undead champion believes that
Wait, is this-
immortality is a
No.
curse,
No.
they'll do anything
That's
to
from
prevent
Never
the
mind.
that's from the
including
Link the
burning
Fire
fragments
ending.
of the dark soul to keep the age of the gods going.
Don't spoil it
You're
for
a
me.
pawn in a game played by decrepit gods desperately
All I can
clinging
say, there are
power.
2 endings.
Well, that's a huge bummer.
It
They
depends on
might
what you
look like a
choose.
depressed California raisin,
And
but
that
in
moment
order to
after
link the
beating the final
flame, their
boss.
soul needs to be strong enough to maintain the whole
Okay, first flames direct control over fundamental aspects of the reality like energy, light, and time, combined with individual souls being able to maintain the pocket dimension paintings, is enough to conclude that it is a universe-level energy source.
universe and the flow of time for another 1,000 years.
Other similarly powerful undead across time are swift enough to dodge lightning and even light itself.
Your feats linked the first flame or became the Dark Lord, rang the bells of awakening, ascended Sen's fortress, captured the 4 Lord Souls, survived the Enorlando archers, defeated Ornstein and Smough, 4 kings, Pinwheel, and Gwyn. Oh man, the amount of times I've seen Ornstein in that randomizer run from Tier of Grace.
So what exactly is bad with Ornstein and Smough exactly?
Okay, basically when you in the game, you fight them as a pair. Ornstein's the Dragon Slayer, and Smough's an Executioner.
Okay, so,
and depending on who you beat first, they get their power. Say if you beat Smough first, Ornstein gets Smough's gigantic form. But if you beat Ornstein first, Smough just brutally executes freaking Ornstein's corpse and gets his lightning.
Talk about an eye for an eye.
And yeah, let's just say those 2 fuckers are hell in terms of a boss fight. Like, if you die in either of those form states, you have to do the fight from the beginning.
So you're telling me even after I defeat one of them and the other one that is still alive kills me, I have to restart the whole fight over and over again?
That's pretty much that's Dark Souls in a nutshell. Dark Souls literally is unforgiving when it comes to checkpoints.
I keep forgetting that this game is the grand scheme of creating games that are basically hard nowadays. Not to mention, some of the enemies that are in later entries are just copy and paste, in my opinion.
Hell, Code Vein is baby's first Dark Souls, according to a friend of mine. And they literally took the mechanics from Smo and Ornstein and placed it in Code Vein for one of the bosses.
I've been thinking of playing Code Vein one day.
You should. It's actually really good.
Okay, what about its DLC levels?
The DLC, the DLC is brutal, but once you do a workaround on, let me rephrase that. Once you figure out their pattern, it shouldn't be too hard, but some of the challenges are very fucking brutal, like beat the boss with only a pipe.
I'm just gonna stick with the main story.
Alright.
Based on their dodge compared to this beam and
I'm getting ahead of myself in Souls
they'd be
logic.
reacting and moving at over 20% the speed of light.
At the end of their quest, they faced down and defeated Gwyn, the Lord of Cinder, long hollowed from linking the flame 1,000 years ago. So,
who's this knight that he's fighting?
Fire and prolong the current age, or let it fade. Which will you Cinder, long hollowed from
that guy, the one with the flaming sword, that's Gwyn.
Yeah.
That's Gwyn.
Oh! I thought Gwyn was the boss in the long hallway.
No, Gwyn's the final boss.
Linking the flame 1,000 years ago. So, which will you choose? Link the fire and prolong the current age, or let it fade until only dark remains?
This is the biggest bummer of them all. Truth is, it never mattered. The cycle just continues age after age, with new heroes replacing the old ones, until the chosen undead was long forgotten.
Until the infinite march of time ground the world to ash. It was never about the happy ending. It didn't exist. It was about the struggle to get there. That's ultimately what gives us meaning.
Wow, that is so depressing.
Yeah, Dark Souls is not... It's called Dark Souls, not Bright Chipper Happy Merry Rainbow Land. As Tira Grace would put it. Anyways, on to Skyrim.
This game has no end.
It's talking about the sponsor being Brandon Yates. I said on to Skyrim.
Hey, you're finally awake. I love that line so much.
Right away.
It ended up becoming a meme.
Yeah, I know.
You're finally awake. Welcome to the frosty Viking paradise of Skyrim. Visit the quaint Nordic villages. Hike up to the throat of the world. Marvel at the beauty of Blackreach. Hey, what's that in the sky? Why, it's Macho Man Randy Savage. No, it's Thomas the Tank.
It's just a mod.
Oh, that is a dragon. But not just any mere Drake. This is Alduin, the world eater, and he's come to burn everything.
A lot of people really want to see Alduin in Death Battle.
What makes you say that?
It's a dragon. They want to see a dragon fight.
Okay, and who... Okay, pause the video real quick. And when you said that they want Alduin to be in Death Battle, who would he be his opponent? Rathalos from Monster Hunter?
Deathwing.
And who's Deathwing?
World of Warcraft.
Oh, I don't really play World of Warcraft.
But he is one of the most famous dragons. So, that's probably why.
As famous as the Lich King?
Yeah. Also, Thomas and Randy Savage are scarier. That, my friend, is the world of modding. The mods can create wacky bullshit. Like, you can add new races, like a predator, or you could add something stupid or wacky, like Naruto powers, in the world of Skyrim. Those are just a few examples.
Or if you want to add in a funny race mod, you can... I heard there's, like, a race of furniture.
A furniture mod, a pony mod, the list is endless.
Yeah. Did you say Naruto mods in Skyrim?
Yeah, you can get Naruto jutsus as a mod in Skyrim.
That's hilarious. Okay, let's continue.
It wouldn't be long before you escaped the destruction of Helgen and defeated a dragon yourself.
Then absorbed its freaking soul?
That could only mean one thing. You are a being born with the blood and soul of a dragon in the body of a Nord, or elf. Or
That's the footage from the trailers.
Destined to battle
So
Alduin and
yeah,
save the world.
that's the thing. In the canon of Skyrim, the Dragonborn is a Nord.
Yeah, who has blonde hair? I thought he had brown hair.
Nope, it's blonde. It's just the helmet. It's just the helmet's shadows darkening it.
You are the Doma
If you
King,
really
Dragonborn.
If you really think about it.
Tamriel of Alduin's dragon army, the Dragonborn.
Let's see here, aka the Dovahkiin. Height 6 foot, 183 centimeters, male Nord in the canon, aka promo material. Blood and soul of a dragon, our incarnation of the prisoner, blessed by Akatosh.
Also blessed by Todd Howard.
Todd Howard. God damn it.
Hey, you gotta admit, Todd Howard's a genius at world building, like Fallout and Elder Scrolls.
But he's not good at MMO-like games like Fallout goddamn 76.
Yeah, is Fallout 76 good now? Because I hope they.
I heard it's supposedly better, but I haven't tried it yet. I've tried it once when it was broken, and I kept making jokes of like, "Look at this raptor! You did this!"
So I'm guessing that the game has been given the cyberpunk treatment.
It's been getting the whole cyberpunk treatment as it's been going there.
I have Cyberpunk 2077 right now, and it's a pretty good game on my Xbox. I played it first on my PS4, but I have it on Xbox Series X now.
I've played it first on PS4, Cyberpunk on PS4, but I ended up getting it for PC because I knew the DLC wouldn't be available for PS4. So I was like, okay, it's probably going to play better on the PC anyways. Even though I don't really care about quality in games, I just want a good time and just want to play a game.
I do sort of care about the quality, but also just want to play the game itself. I'm sort of a FPS person, but I want to play games for the gameplay, not to mention the mechanics itself. I really like what they did with Cyberpunk. It's basically like GTA, but in the future.
Ironically, Cyberpunk was originally a tabletop, just like D&D.
Yes, I keep forgetting that. Not to mention, there was also this one game that was on a phone once. Yes, a phone!
D&D, as a D&D fan, I prefer Dragonborn to Dovahkiin. Everybody has their way of pronouncing it.
Yeah.
With
Let's continue.
Kind of games, you'd think Red Dead Redemption might get in a Western death battle. It's possible. It's possible. I mean, you got characters like
Arthur Morgan, John Marston.
Yeah. You got opponents like McCree. I'm refusing to call it fucking Cole Cassidy because that is the dumbest change that Blizzard ever made.
I'm gonna be honest. Overwatch sucks. Overwatch sucks so bad.
Overwatch used to be good. Then they kept starting.
Yeah.
Then they made those dumb changes. But then you also got Aaron Black. So yeah.
Not to mention that Overwatch 2's PvE got canceled.
Yeah. The main thing that was going to be the big selling point for Overwatch 2. So yeah, anyways, let's get back to this.
Yep.
Became a jack of all trades, master of all.
They learned to be a master assassin with the Dark Brotherhood, a master sorcerer with the College of Winterhold, a master thief with the Nightingales, a master dragon hunter with the Blades, and a master good boy. Who's a good boy? That's a good boy.
They even fought
a master werewolf and a master vampire. They could be anything. Anyways, dragon soul absorption, immortality, weapon mastery, shouts, spellcasting, stealth, smithing, alchemy.
On the side of the Imperial Legion, champions of order.
You mean the Nordic War for Independence on the side of the Stormcloaks?
Those elf-funded Nord supremacists?
Better than those jackbooted Cyrodiil fascists? But what else could I expect from a monster who steals from innocent villagers?
Yes, the
They
classic
can put their
fucking
skills to
physics.
good use with an absolute glut of weaponry. Not just the usuals like daggers, swords, hammers, and axes, but also special weapons given to them by the Daedric princes.
They're basically crazy powerful.
Yes,
from the plane
good
of
old
existence
referencing of
called
Oblivion. Nice touch there, I like that.
Yeah, it's at least then Oblivion did some appreciation in this video.
Let's see here. Daedric artifacts, amulets, scrolls, heavy and light armor, arrows and bolts, potions, poisons, and food.
Gorath, the Dragonborn, received the Wabbajack, a staff that casts a completely random spell on its target, from disintegrating them.
In my opinion, the Wabbajack has to be the most stupidest name I've ever
From
heard.
Meridia, they received the Dawnbreaker, a holy sword made for burning the undead.
Ah, yes, the Meridia quest. I actually heard that quest is
which
stupid.
shoot fiery arrows that can blot out the sun. To cover the distance between the Earth and the Sun in about 2 seconds, the arrow would have to be moving at over 250 times the speed of light.
Except
Pause the video, pause the video. That fast? That arrow went that fast to the sun? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that, what did you expect? It's Skyrim logic.
Alright, continue.
is the planet Nirn, and that's Magnus. According to the Elder Scrolls lore master Michael Kirkbride and his in-universe text cosmology, when you look up at the sun, you're actually looking...
The arrows are described as working by traveling to the sun, Magnus, and temporarily altering the magical connection between Nirn and the gods responsible for sunlight. The stars are the bridges to Aetherius, the magic plane. They are perceived as holes on the inside surface of space. The largest tear in Oblivion is Magnus, the sun.
into a dimension of pure magic.
Is Magnus Greek or Latin?
Exact measurements here are difficult to make, but if anything,
sure.
the distance should be much greater.
Speaking of magic bullshit, the Dragonborn can heal themselves, cast wards and destructive elemental spells, control minds, conjure weapons, and summon lesser Daedra to help them out in a scrap.
They're an especially powerful mage because their mana recovers itself automatically over time. They'll never...
I'm not gonna lie, the
fire
fire woman looks...
But as a Dovahkiin, the ability they're most famous for
Something.
is the Thum, or shout. By speaking the words of the dragon language, they can manifest their will into reality.
Like with the classic...
For example, the Fuzuro Da!
Which can knock your
Fuzuro
name
Da!
out of the next week. Or
I love
Soul
that
Tail,
shout.
which removes the soul from your enemy's body and stores it in a cute gem, like so. Riva Soul! Wait, why didn't anything... Oh.
Student loans, man. Something had to cover the down payment. With these shouts, the Dragonborn...
Student loans? Wait. Why didn't that work on Wiz? I'm confused.
No clue, but, Aura Whisperer became...
Oh, wait a minute, he clones himself. Right, I remember he clones himself.
Become ethereal, bend will, dragon aspect, dragon rend, drain vitality, marked for death, whirlwind spirit.
To be fair, they could have at least put the shout names next to each other as parentheses, because that would have
I guess they probably couldn't fit it in the gaps, because and some people have trouble pronouncing these shouts.
Seriously?
There are some people who've never played Skyrim have trouble reading.
Summon country-spanning storms, slow down time.
Imagine playing a game that you can't even read the words.
Dragons may look like scaly reptiles, but in reality, they're immortal demigods older than time itself. They're the children of
Demigods?
the god of
Seriously?
Pantheon.
The Dragonborn is an unstoppable force of nature. If they happen to take any damage, they can just drink a potion or nosh on a cheese wheel and be good as new. And they can carry up to 150 cheeses at once. My dream.
Assuming these
That's a mod.
large cheese wheels have an
Please don't
average
put
weight
them
of
on.
70 pounds,
No,
we can determine
if
that the
your
Dragonborn
stats
can carry up to
are maxed, you can carry so
10,500
many.
pounds of cheese.
And that makes sense, considering they can match muscles with giants, who are so strong they can shatter the game's
The last Dragonborn had
The
battled with
physics!
Vampire Lord Har-
I keep forgetting that funny death so much.
Skyrim physics for the win! Anyway, read one of the Elder Scrolls, aided or executed Ulfric Stormcloak, caught in the serial killer Calixto, escaped Kidnamine, I don't know how that's pronounced, but I'll let it slide, cured Pelagus the Mad, reunited Rookie and Fenrig, pranked people with Sanguine, defeated Alduin, Ebony Warrior, Fatima, and Mirak.
Who's the Ebony Warrior?
Archon ended Skyrim's civil war and defeated the first Dragonborn, Mirak.
And according to the book, the Guardian and the
Mirak's the first Dragonborn?
Yeah.
Well, originally speculated to be mythological, Mirak's existence was confirmed in the last Dragonborn DLC. The Onsai warriors also sank the island of Yokuda, making this consistent.
Mainland.
By comparing the size of various countries on Tamriel's map, we can determine that Solstheim is a landmass nearly 1,500 miles in diameter. In order to move that much land over the course of their fight, Mirak's magical prowess must have outputted energy over 300 teratons of TNT.
That's 3 times the impact of the
They keep using TNT for this.
dinosaurs.
Not too crazy when shouts can get strong enough to shake the world itself.
It wasn't long before the Dragonborn confronted Alduin in Nord Heaven and put an end to the World Eater once and for all.
The epithet is literal. By absorbing the souls in Skyrim's afterlife, Alduin was powerful enough to devour everything. Not just the planet of Nirn, but the Kalpa, the entire timeline past, present, and future.
That's the level of unimaginable power the Dragonborn is dealing with here.
Tamriel is no stranger to great heroes across its vast
It's Daggerfall!
history. The Nerevarine, the hero of Kvatch, all magnificent in
Okay.
their own right.
Did it?
But
They
when you
so they-
hear that
they
shout
referenced all the
echo
other
through
games, too.
mountains and the death
Yeah, like
of the
Daggerfall in Morrowind.
you knew
What was the second one called?
Kane Plant the Deathmaker just subscribed. I'm not even subscribed to my YouTube. Or is it subscribing to my YouTube? Anyways, thanks. Anyway.
What was the second Elder Scrolls game called?
What?
The second Elder Scrolls game, what was it called?
Where's my phone? Let's ask Google. What was the second Elder Scrolls game? Daggerfall.
Daggerfall. I thought Daggerfall was the first game. Wait, then what was the second one called? What was the first one called?
What was the first Elder Scrolls? Elder Scrolls Arena.
Arena.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Anyways.
Okay then.
let's-
One word.
Let's skip past all this nonsense.
Oh, membership.
All right,
They're
so that
self-promoting.
is set. We've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
Alright, before we begin,
Let's read this.
my money.
I'm so.
Place your bets, everyone. Place your bets on who's gonna end up on top. My money is actually on Dragonborn.
My money on. Also, my money's on the Chosen Undead.
Alright.
Go and stop this fool who would let the flame burn.
You can tell the animation was done by the same team that did James Bond versus John Wick.
It's the 3Ds. It's gotta be the 3Ds.
Snuff out the light. Save us.
No, Artemis could have done the anime for this fight, in my opinion.
Alright, here we go.
I love this track so much. Oh, the parry. Oh, here's the roll.
There's the Dark Souls roll. Spell's hammer.
Ooh.
Okay, there's the bows. Arrow to the knee! Ha! 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 They reference the fucking arrow to the knee.
Yep.
And of course, the resurrection.
If there was some way that the Dragonborn can try to and the curse. I don't think there's a possibility.
Oh! Oh, sweet Jesus!
Oh my god,
there's a dragon!
The video is so laggy. The video is so laggy on my end.
I'm sorry. But, he just summoned a dragon. Oh! Bye-bye, dragon!
Oh!
Oh, fucking weather's changing. And the magic, of course.
Is Dragonborn dead?
Oh, sweet Jesus. Moonlight Greatsword. And Dawnbreaker.
Yeah! Pause the video because the quality on this is so... Oh, there's the Dawnbreaker. You think it will break the Dragonborn, the Chosen Undead's curse?
We'll see what can break it.
Okay. Come on, Chosen Undead.
Good old reference to the slogan of Dark Souls 1.
Save
Oh.
this world, chosen
I
warrior.
think this might be it.
Bring the fire!
I think we just found our 13 out of 10
Dark
already.
Be cast upon the world. Our
Is Chosen Undead dead?
Yes! Chosen Undead lost.
What? How?
You die!
Good old reference to the "You Died" from Dark Souls. That's clever.
Oh my god. Wait, hold on. There's something I don't understand. How was the Dragonborn able to break the curse? That doesn't make sense to me.
This debate was fascinating. The Dragonborn had a wider variety of training, better access to summons, and magic that passively regenerates, as opposed to the Chosen Undead's limited pool of magic.
Vow of Silence was a slick
Okay,
counter
Vow
to
of
the
Silence
Dragonborn's
did
magic
kind of
and shout,
help, but it didn't
wouldn't
last
last
so. It
forever.
only
The
lasts so
Dragonborn
long.
was significantly faster, too. The Chosen Undead could dodge beams of light, sure, but Oriole's bow could fire arrows that move
Let's see here. Given the arrow would need to pass through the infinite dimension of Oblivion to reach Magnus, the actual speed of the arrows is arguably infinite as well.
at least 250 times that.
But none of that mattered if the Chosen Undead couldn't.
This is why I suggest we keep using the app Gilded for this reaction.
Like Dawnbreaker would be an easy solution, but the undead of Dark Souls aren't really the same as Draugr from Skyrim.
Skyrim undead are more like those classic.
Yeah, the
skeletons,
undead in
but
Skyrim
remember
are
the
like
conspiracy. Humans in Dark Souls are
skeletons.
naturally immortal. They're not
Or like
actually
skeletons,
undead.
essentially.
Solitaire wouldn't have been much use either, considering humans in Dark Souls can have
So wait, who won?
without dying.
So
Dragonborn.
why didn't the Chosen Undead
Dragonborn
just keep
won.
coming back until they eventually won?
But they said that.
Dark Souls
Pause the video. Pause the video. Pause the video. They specifically said that the Chosen Undead aren't really like the undead in Skyrim. They're skeletons. So how was the Dawnbreaker able to break the Chosen Undead's curse?
It wasn't just the undead, the Dawnbreaker.
The Dawnbreaker
Think about it.
that broke the curse.
The shouts are also very powerful.
So he used one of the shouts to break the curse.
Dragonborn had
To
way
not
more
only
and
put out the
greater
flame,
feats of raw
but
power
bring in the
than
Age of
Chosen
Dark.
Undead.
Oh yeah, like summoning
Age
countries
of-
spanning storms with
Think
a single
about it.
shout, or defeating Mirak, who split a
Why wouldn't the
continent.
bosses
There's
just
also the
put out the
lore.
fire?
Both characters are essentially mythological
Exactly.
demigods, the same kind of vein as Hercules or Sun Wukong. Gameplay alone won't give you the best idea of their full power.
They reference Hercules
It
and Sun
comes
Wukong.
down to
Get an idea of their max
yes, they
potential
did,
from
and it
the
also
lore.
The chosen undead
it comes down to the
first
lore
flame with their soul was insanely
and
impressive.
power.
Considering the first flame is responsible for the core concepts of the universe, like energy and time, it's not a stretch to say it affects not just the planet they live on, but the whole universe.
But that's nothing compared to the power levels in the Elder Scrolls.
Let's compare the first flame to Alduin. Both literally run on the power of souls, and both can be directly scaled to our combatants.
Alduin had strength to consume the universe, not just Nirn, but the Kalpa as well.
You know those planets you see in the sky? According to cosmology, those are actually separate, infinitely big planes of reality.
Alduin
Wait, really?
Yep. Alduin claims to have waxed in power since ancient times and to be full of souls during his final battle with the Dragonborn, and Miraak claimed to be capable of casually defeating Alduin.
Alduin was going to eat infinity. Multiple infinities.
In comparison...
Alright, stats! Look at the stats!
Let's see here. Greater survivability, resurrects upon death, but will eventually go hollow, too slow and weak to win, more limited arsenal. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting. In Dark Souls, there's this object called humanity, and you're going to have to use it to restore humanity. Otherwise, if you die again, you will become a hollow.
You'll become more hollow as you progress. So, last Dragonborn, he was far more powerful, much faster, regenerating mana, greater variety, but can only die once.
Oh, did the Dragonborn also die in the fight?
Mm-mm.
He survived?
The first
He probably
flame is
survived.
powerful enough to sustain a universe and the flow
No
of
way,
time,
that blast could have
but it
killed him.
can't be infinite. Otherwise, it
Not-
never would have faded to begin with.
And
Not
that
really.
meant the chosen undead.
Undead that have been significantly hollowed out can even lose their will to stand or move, let alone fight, effectively dead. This happened to Segmire in the Ash Lake.
Oh.
Undead just wasn't powerful enough. No
The Lair is my
matter how
favorite
many
character in
times
Dark
they
Souls.
revive. With that much of a difference in power, the chosen undead would eventually lose their will to fight and go hollow. It's not traditional, but it is a form of death in Dark Souls. The chosen undead was surely tenacity personified, but still wasn't enough to stand up to
The delay on my phone.
Arsenal and overwhelming power.
The chosen undead could only last so long before they flamed out.
The winner is the Dragonborn.
That was so bad.
So yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Alright, let's see the next
we have a new
fight.
Death Battle releasing every 2 weeks this year. And click the join button to get new perks and extra content. Planet level members even see Death Battle.
Yeah, whatever. Let's see the next fight.
Don't miss out.
Alright. Oh, a Hunter x
What
Hunter
was this?
character! And
Versus
magical...
a certain magical
Index?
index.
Magical Index? Killua versus Mikasa.
You cannot be serious. Really?
Yeah, really.
Mikasa?
From Magical Index. It is not the same Mikasa from Attack on Titan. I'm gonna make a confession. I have never watched... I never watched Magical Index, let alone watched Hunter x Hunter. So I'm more familiar
I've
with
only
Hunter
watched a
x
few.
Hunter than I am the Magical Index character.
I do not like a certain magical index for how the anime is. I did watch some episodes of Hunter x Hunter, but I don't really know the entire character behind Killua. All I know for a fact is that he does not have a good track with women.
But yeah, regardless, that was Skyrim versus Dark Souls.
Okay, I'm going to do a
Definitely-
prediction on Killua.
Definitely a solid 13 already. We've already found our 13.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Let's for the prediction tomorrow. I'll do Killua, and you can do Mikasa from Magical Index.
Yeah, since I'm unfamiliar with Magical Index, I might as well learn some of the lore.
And I'm sort of familiar with Hunter x Hunter, and I haven't really watched much of it, but I know for a fact that the 2011 anime is basically a reboot or a remake of the original 90s anime.
But
It's an OVA.
But yeah, like the only other reason why I know what Hunter x Hunter is, like some few DBXs here and there, and of course Jump Force. I would say Jump Force and various Shonen Jump crossover games. But other than that,
Yeah.
I really don't know anything else other than those. And I've watched a bit of Hunter x Hunter, so it's been a while.
Yeah, I've watched some of it too, and it's sort of been a while. The only character I don't like in the anime is that fat guy. You know, the one that gets in the main character's way.
I'm not really too sure. It's been ages. And like I said, I have never watched Magical Index, so I don't know what that is about. So I know, for those who are probably Magical Index fans, blasphemy of the highest order, and I should be slapped with a stick.
I'm sort of familiar with Magical Index, even though I don't like the anime. Basically in the anime, you go to this school and you're entering a certain level depending on how powerful you are. I also heard that if you're a level 0, you're considered weak, but not for the main character, because I heard that his right hand is something different. But hey, that's all I know about the anime.
So yeah, that was our reaction.
And we'll get ready for the prediction tomorrow. I'll see if Gilded Data will take part of the prediction.
Well, we'll see. I might check out the whole alternative, but I'm probably going to just stick with Discord because I'm just me.
Yeah, me too. Alright then, thank you for having me on the stream, Storm, and I'll see you tomorrow for the prediction.
Yep. Oh yeah, that was Skyrim vs. Dark Souls. So anyways, hope you all enjoyed. Till then, Captain Hedgewolf signing off.